Well, guys, we survived the first debut episode of Folks Like Us, and we're back for episode number 2 with my man Eric Rittenhouse in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. How are you?
Hey, guys. It's nice and sunny today in Pennsylvania, actually.
It's fucking sunny here. Is that a big deal?
I don't think that's a big deal for Florida.
I mean, like, is it a big deal? Like, it's like most...
For us, right
guys?
now, yes. 76 degrees is a big deal. Yesterday, I think it was 30.
Okay.
So we don't know where we are just yet.
We're getting the same thing in New York. It was down in the 30s the other night. Today it's 65. You never know how to leave your house, how to dress for the weather, I guess. Sucks. Today's weather sucks. Today is just not the best day for weather in New York.
Yeah, New York's weather is whack. Lancaster, I'm always freezing. And I need to visit you, Eric, in the summer. Next time, by the way.
You do. I think every time you come here, it's always some like weird gray, cold.
It's fucking winter. Would you do me a favor? Could you could you possibly just change your wedding date? Right now, it's just. I'll call all the places with which you have deposits to see if we can get some shit rearranged.
No problem. Yeah, let us know. That's fine.
Have either one of you, Tia probably has, because you're from Shreveport, have you either one been to south parts of Texas, like Austin or San Antonio or Houston?
I've been to Houston.
It's so fucking hot in those cities. Like Houston, it is miserably hot.
I'm a 90-degree weather girl.
Are you?
I am.
That it is. I can't. My brain can't comprehend that.
No, I love it. I like to be wet with sweat. I like for the sun to be shining right on me, like your skin to be burning. I like that.
You know who else likes heat and humidity? Janet Jackson.
She sure does.
Little tidbit. Why? Because I listened to the entire Demita Joe album. And she has a little, she has those little in between where she likes to talk for 15 seconds.
They're called interludes.
Interludes.
Don't.
I love a Janet interlude. I love a TLC interlude back in the day. Crazy, sexy, cool. But yes, Janet did an interlude where she said she loves the humidity. And I know that she would not lie in an interlude. Not to me. Not again.
She wouldn't lie. So wait, remember the interlude in Velvet Rope where she's like, "Hey, girlfriend. Yeah, I'm just..." and she's like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "Don't worry about it. I just want to talk." And she's like...
that was the worst. I remember that. Oh, no. Janet. I was too young to understand her being funny, and I was just like, "What is she doing?"
Wait. So for the folks at home that don't know, finish that interlude out. What happens?
Well,
I was just talking about this with a coworker.
Basically, in the interlude is Janet has called a female friend on the phone, and she's masturbating, she's finger banging herself, she's basically forced. She's kind of having phone sex with this friend of hers, but it's a tiny bit, the friend is wasn't asked to be in on it. She just got the call, and all of a sudden Janet's just down there taking care of business. I loved it.
A friend of mine, we were just talking about that the other day. I think because we were also talking about the TLC interlude where she's crying. And she's like, "What, girl, what's wrong? What's wrong?" And finally she says, "Hand me a tissue so I can wipe my ass." And then you just hear blood.
I remember that one too.
Oh my God. The 90s were great. 90s interludes. There has to be a YouTube video where somebody just strung along all of the best 90s interludes.
And if there's not,
some doozies.
If there's not, I think we should act them out. Yeah, we should do a YouTube video where we act out 90s interludes.
We need to do
that would be great.
We need interlude theater. I see just a small intimate setting. Patent pending.
Right, reserved. So you brought up TLC, and I don't know if you read this. This came out this week, I think. So the Ed Sheeran song "Shape of You." I'm in love with the shape of you. Well, with no lawsuit, no press, sneaky doodle, all the writers from TLC's No Scrubs, Candy Burris, another Escape member, and someone else, all got writing credit for Shape of You, but it's the same song. And I knew when I was listening to it in the car, I don't like Ed Sheeran's new music. I like his last album. This new one's just not doing it for me. But I was like, I like this song, but it's not because of it's not because of you. And I didn't know why, and it was because it was No Scrubs.
I don't hear No Scrubs.
I'll send you a link, girl.
But then again, I haven't listened to the Ed Sheeran song that hard because I'm just not a fan. It's just I don't go out of my way to listen to Ed Sheeran.
It has become one of the 6 songs. So
I will say, Jason does live in a city that only plays 6 songs on the radio.
Yeah.
Because I was there with him, and I don't remember what damn song I heard. I know I heard Justin Bieber more than I've ever cared to hear.
I was just gonna say, I think any of those small town radio, I think probably they just have an open slot for Justin Bieber. And so
doesn't everybody have an open slot for I have an open slot for Justin Bieber.
I'm not. He's a dick. No, sir. For one, he he does look like a lesbian. And I'm just, not into girls. No offense, ladies. But Justin Bieber does nothing for me. And he could. His voice is it's good. It doesn't suck. He doesn't have a shitty face. I don't think he can dance, but I feel like he knows how to do a little gyrating motion pretty well. But he's such a dick.
Well, I think Tia too. You saw him live, and I think that your live experience, which you could probably sum up in a couple of words, may have. I mean, you said he really didn't. He gave a Britney Spears minus any effort, right? He didn't really sing live. When he did it, it was off key. Tell what happened.
Yeah, it was such a bad performance. I really did forgot that I saw this dude. But I did. I saw him at one of those Pop 100 radio station concerts, and he was really off key, and he didn't dance, and it just seemed very lazy. It was a very lazy performance. But those fucking girls, man, they lost their shit. I've never heard anything that loud. And there weren't even that many of them, but they have got lungs like you've never heard. But he sucked. He was really bad. And I know that it doesn't suck always, but I think he was going through a thing. I don't know.
I think a lot of those people, those kid stars, imagine how quickly you went out of things from 14 to 20. Your interests change, and if what you were doing at 21 and 22 was the same thing you were doing at 15, I suspect a lot of times they don't really care. They're not really into it anymore, but they have to. They've signed the contract. They have to do the work. Because I watched some live video performances of his after you told me that, current ones, and they were unacceptable. Literally, for a successful artist of his stature, they were unacceptable. But does he care? Does he just want to record the music? Does he hate performing? You give a 22-year-old $200 million. If that were me and I didn't want to do something, I'd be like, that's a weird age. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't imagine having $200 million and being 22 and being in any way a nice human being.
I forget he's 22 because I guess he's been a part of our lives for 10 years.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's hard to forget, oh, wow, you just started being a fucking grown-up,
You can't rent a car.
Ugh.
He literally can't rent a car. I mean, he could, he has the money to put down extra security deposit. Okay, so I just real fast.
He was just allowed to start drinking, and I know he's been drinking for the last 10 years,
Right.
It's whoa, it's weird when you think about it like that.
To me, it helps me I have a different appreciation for Justin Bieber and a different set of rules that I expect him to live by, only because I always think, Jason, at 21 or 22, if you had the world at your knees and $200 million in the bank, how would you, I was already a fucking cunt and hardcore force at that age, how would I have then been if that were my life. And I think he's doing better than I would have been doing. So, I don't know. He's just so young.
It's weird. I see him, and then you also see, the other side, the kid who worked really hard and is really talented and is owning it, and that's Beyonce. Beyonce's been doing it since she was little, and she's not a cunt.
No, I mean, listen, I met her forever ago at the mall. Like, it was just like, she could have been nasty, she could have been whatever, and she was
delightful.
She literally, and she was, there's a trick that you get taught, or that you either learn on your own or you get taught from somebody or whatever, is that when that type of, like, admiration comes at you from a stranger, the easiest way to handle that, if you're going to be talking for a second, is to turn around and compliment them. To like switch the to acknowledge them. And Beyonce did that with the girl I was with. She's like, oh my gosh, she's like, you are so beautiful. Oh my, let me see your watch, girl. Where'd you get this watch? And yeah, my friend was dripping, but she wasn't dripping even like Beyonce was dripping then. But she disarmed us by it. She just knew how to be famous, and she was so sweet and so genuine. And to this day, I've never heard a negative thing about Beyonce. I have about her mom, but just nothing horrible, but what you would expect. Go ahead.
She'll hear you.
I want to play really quick for you this 1-minute smash up of Shape of You and No Scrubs.
I want your love. Your love was handmade for somebody like me. Come on now, follow my lead. I may be crazy, don't mind me, say boy. I don't want no scrub. The scrub is a guy that can't get no love from me. Hanging on the passenger side of his best friend's ride, trying to holler at me.
Yeah. Okay.
There you go.
Now, when you do it like that, it does sound similar. But have you ever watched those YouTube videos where it's like, we're going to do the top 800 songs in 1 minute because they all have like the same chords? Is it not? How is it not like that?
Okay, so I'll explain. So you cannot copyright a chord progression because there are a limited number of chord progressions, which is a bit what Lady Gaga's did when Madonna said, yo, like, you jacked my song. Born Your Way is Express Yourself. And Gaga said, just because I'm smart and used a disco chord progression that no one's used in 20 years doesn't make me a copycat. And you could tell that Madonna won because she actually performed Express Yourself, and she segued into that song and then back into Express Yourself on tour, and literally never gave a single credit to Gaga's song. Not legally, not in the description. She was just like, fuck you, that's my song. Okay, so you can't, chord progressions, like you said, you can't copyright them. There's not enough variety. But a melodies are always protected under your copyright. So typically, there is no steadfast rule, but typically it's 8 notes in succession. If you have the same 8 notes in succession that I do, you've essentially copied my melody.
Yeah, that's interesting. I didn't know that it took 8 notes to be considered melody, or at least that's sort of the standard, you said.
I didn't either. The more you know.
Well,
the more you know.
Well, I'll tell you, well, I got sued by somebody who, almost got sued by somebody because of a copyright on a song that I wrote. And I learned a lot about what it takes for someone to make a copyright claim against you. To say, no, I did co-write this. Tia and I both write music. Eric and I have written a show together. I can't speak for writing like that, but if Tia and I were if Tia came to me, right, and she was like, I wrote this badass song, listen to it, and I was like, boom, 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 and I was like, that third verse would sound a lot better if you rhymed champagne with the game instead of, in vain. So I changed 2 words, right, as a friend, like a friend throws out a suggestion. She has a huge hit song, and I become an asshole. I would actually have a legal right to, and the way songwriting works, unless you have a legal agreement ahead of time, everything's even. 2 words is 50% versus 50% is 50%. So I could be like, I'm suing you, Tia. I co-wrote that song. And she'd be like, the fuck you did? the fuck you did. And sadly, I would win if I had the right legal team. So, you know, it's
this is what Candy Buress and what's her name? I'm blanking.
Tiny.
No. The other Real Housewife. She's also known as Wig.
Candy?
It was Candy and the blonde with the wigs.
Kim Zolciak.
Kim Zolciak. Yes, this is what they kind of fought over the same similar thing, I think, because Candy had like written the song for her, and Kim didn't want to give her any credit for writing. There was like some big kerfuffle there. Wigs were a fly-in.
Well, you know,
For Tardy for the Party?
Yes.
a Candy Buress written song that Kim Zolciak had an issue with. Kim Zolciak, I can't even get started with her.
She should have been excited because you know what? I sang that damn song, just around. I was like, don't be tardy for the party. And I was like, fuck, this shit's hard. But I was singing it just like that. I don't know if anybody out there watches Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, but there is a Mama D, and she has a song called In That Order. And I sang the shit out of that one too. What is it? These horrible songs are in my head, y'all.
Candy Buress wrote a good hook for that Tardy for the Party, and a good hook work. So I mentioned, really fast, Ice Ice Baby and Vanilla Ice's lawsuit in the 8-note thing. And I want to quote, he has a great quote about this that when you hear it, you'll realize why I couldn't just be like, oh, the quote is, but this is how ridiculous copyright law can be. He said, quote, because he was accused of using Queen and David Bowie's Under Pressure for Ice Ice Baby. And this is what he quote-unquote said. He said, we sampled it from them, but it's not the same bass line. It goes ding, 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 da-dit, ding, 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 da-dit, ding, ding. That's the way theirs goes. Ours goes ding, 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 da-dit, ding, 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 da-ding, ding, ding. That's a change. We added a ding.
Yeah, I remember it because it was like, theirs goes ding, 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 ding. Ours goes ding, 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 or some bullshit. And you were just like, you just had to like, you did that silent laugh to yourself, like, you really tried it. You did the silent thing. It was horrible. He's the worst. He's not the worst. I don't know him. I'm just being so hateful today. Vanilla Ice, you're not the worst. You just tried it. I'm sorry.
He's like flipping houses or something now. I think he's.
Well, I don't know if that's noble or anything, but it is what it is.
It is what it is. Somebody said you're building that house just like mine, and he said, no. Your house goes door, window, door. My house goes door, window, door, cellar door, basement.
It's changed. That's a
different.
Change.
It's a different house.
That ain't the same house. That's a change.
Not the same house. Not the same house.
Yeah, I can't. Next.
Okay. So listen. Oh my God.
Gentlemen, did either of you watch any new TV, Dancing with the Stars or RuPaul or anything exciting?
So I did watch RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yay!
I did. We actually, in my house, it is, we've been doing this now for, I would say probably 6 years. We have a little sort of mini soiree at the start of the season, and then we have one at the finale, just with close friends, and we usually make lots of fun food to go along. I'll put some of it up on my Instagram if anybody wants to check it out. But yeah, we kind of get into it.
Wait, what's your Instagram handle?
You don't know your Insta?
I don't, because truth is, I just created one. So people have been hitting me up on Facebook.
Sorry to blow up your spot like that.
No, I didn't. Let me make myself sound super cool. I just downloaded the Instagrams. So you can find me just at Eric Rittenhouse. It's actually Eric_Ritten, RATTEN. And I know some people have been hitting me up on Facebook. For right now, I'm going to keep my Facebook stuff kind of separate, but anybody can hit me up on Instagram, and we can all post till we pass out. So I'll put some pictures up there. But yeah, so Drag Race has become sort of just a fun. The seasons kind of ebb and flow, and sometimes you got seasons with great girls, and sometimes you got seasons that are just kind of okay. But by and large, it's just kind of a staple in my house. So we watched it last night. Gaga was on the first episode, and it was kind of cool because they had her, and I don't know how much you guys have watched the show or have seen over the years, or if you saw any of the new episode, but there's the first episode is always the queens introducing themselves, and they get to enter the workroom.
I've never seen the show.
Me
either. Oh, okay.
But...
Get out! All right. Well, so hi, this is Eric Rittenhouse. I'm your correspondent for everything RuPaul's Drag Race. There's this sort of moment in the beginning of the show where each one files in one by one into the design room, and they get this sort of housewives moment where they look into the camera and they say something.
Like, I will start watching it. I want to be a part of this thing, and I think it's on VH1 now, and I like VH1.
I think
yes.
I watch all VH1.
You would like it, Tia. Yeah. I know. I believe in the world of reality television. I think you would definitely be like you're a good candidate for that show.
Thank you. I am the lover of all things television. I love TV. TV's my shit.
It's pretty solid. RuPaul in the beginning made no qualms about the fact that this was a mashup. And I think we talked about this last week a little bit. She made no qualms about this being a mashup of America's Next Top Model and Project Runway. And that's kind of what it is. It's extremely campy. But I loved that Gaga was kind of in for the ride. I think she probably could have. The show has never had a guest as big as Gaga, period. Aww. And I think, they haven't. They've had some pretty awesome guests, just none sort of at their pinnacle peak like Gaga is right now to do a show like this. She could have shown up for 15 minutes and just made an appearance and said, hey, or she could have been just on the panel. She was there for the entire episode, and she came in as a drag queen and did her whole entrance after all the queens came in. And so the queens had no idea for, a split second that this was at all Gaga. So I loved the fact that she was kind of part of it, and she just kind of was like, feet first, I'm here. She stuck around for the judging panel. And I thought it was a great episode. I'm excited to see the season. Okay.
So I'm kind of offended that you said Lady Gaga is the biggest person that Michelle Williams was a fucking judge on RuPaul's Drag Race.
Like from Destiny's Child?
Yes.
Yeah.
Boy,
yes.
If you don't get the hell out of here with that raspy voice lady. Nobody knows her.
She sounds like baby. It's like baby beef jerky.
Yes. I'm with that. I'm not saying that I don't eat. She's beautiful, but she's got a weird voice on her. That one.
She does. They sang. They lip synced to "Break the Dawn." It was the very first season, and I believe it might have been the first episode actually. Or maybe second episode, and they sang. They lip synced to "Break the Dawn," and it was two queens who are, and I'm, as most people know, they lip sync for their life. So you're talking about the two queens.
That's what it's called.
Pretty amazing.
That's what it's called.
They lip sync for their life, and so you're talking about the two queens who did the worst that day, and then they lip sync a Michelle Williams song, and Michelle Williams cried.
Like tears of joy?
I guess so. Hard to tell.
After we talked last week on our show about sex apps, I decided it's spring break. I'm in Panama City Beach, which is the spring break capital of the U.S., and I was like, I'm going to get on Grindr because there's all these new people here. So I got a Grindr profile. I found a picture of myself that was if you really knew who I was, you would know. But otherwise, just a cute picture. My name is just the letter J with an eggplant. And
wow.
I mean, I'm just
Jegplant.
Jegplant.
You know what he's there for. I guess it's what you're all there for. It's Grindr. Never mind. That was a bad joke.
You summed it up last time, Tia. It's really, does the app get you dinner beforehand or not? Grindr doesn't get you anything at all but cum on your face. So,
I mean, you're gonna eat something,
but not dinner.
but not in a restaurant.
So here we go. More topics from fans. So I don't know what this is. Cody asked me about Brad's wife. Who the fuck is Brad's wife? What is
Angelina
this?
Jolie? What is that? What is this?
No, there's a huge thing going around about hashtag Brad's wife. What is it?
I know what this is.
What is
I know what this is. So I woke up the other morning and Dustin was telling me all about Brad's wife, and I thought he was having a fever dream. Because I wake up early in the morning and I thought perhaps maybe the Benadryl was still wearing off. But it turns out when I got to work, it was totally a thing. So apparently, Brad's wife was fired from a Cracker Barrel. And so this guy posts, I don't know if he posted or if she posted, I believe he posted, that she was fired from Cracker Barrel and how awful that was. And suddenly it became an internet sensation. People were leaving reviews for the restaurant saying, my pancakes were delicious. Everything was great. You know what could have made it better, though? Brad's wife. And suddenly Brad's wife became this character.
This is why Trump got elected, by the way. This is why Donald Trump got elected.
Although, do you know what I would love to? I would love to turn on the TV and see a commercial for IHOP and have it be like, "Hi, I'm Brad's wife. Come to IHOP and say." Like, I want somebody else to hire Brad's wife because I think they, if not, somebody is missing out on at least 15 minutes of really, really good promotional commercial material. But that's Brad's wife. So weird.
I just looked it up, and it's literally just that. Like, a man named Brad wrote on Facebook that his wife was fired from Cracker Barrel after 11 years for no reason, and he's mad about it. The end. That is Brad's wife. Whoa. Sometimes I hate the internet, you guys.
Right? I mean, the first thing I said was you have to be careful when you say stuff like that and it blows up, because what he might not know. She came home and she said, Brad, I have some bad news. I was fired from the Cracker Barrel and I have been there for 11 years and it was for no good reason. And then Brad took to the internet. But what Brad doesn't know is that she was banging one of the busboys in the freezer.
Right?
And got caught. And so they had to fire her. That's my only concern, is that maybe he's playing this off as a little more innocent than it was. Or maybe
Absolutely.
I just want there to be something juicier to the story than.
It has to be something juicy. You don't just get fired from the Cracker Barrel.
Not from the Cracker Barrel. No.
You could take 30 minutes for food, never bring somebody their fucking Diet Coke, and I don't think you're getting fired from the Cracker Barrel.
Yes.
So, she fucked someone.
Yeah, something happened.
Somebody, and they were mad.
She did, or she put something in somebody's food, or there has to be something else is going on.
Poor Brad, he doesn't even know his life.
Yeah.
You don't even know her, Brad.
You know what we're going to turn on, there's that show, I believe on maybe it's E, where it's the couples therapy.
I love that show.
Yeah, next season, Marriage Camp. I think next season we might see Brad and Brad's wife. And I hope that's how they name her it's just Brad's wife.
Yes, I hope so too. Or at least, they put her name, maybe it's Cynthia, and then underneath it says Brad's wife, and Brad can be an exterminator, and she's just Brad's wife. Occupation.
Oh my lord. Okay, guys, so what's happening over there, Eric? What wicked idea have you brought to our table?
Well, I have this game I thought it might be fun to play with the two of you, and it's called Porn or Nah. And what I have here are some titles, because the best part of most porn, or so I've heard and read about in books, Mom, is the title. And so I thought what I would do is I would read you some titles. Some of these are real live porn. and some of them are made up. So, the first one I have is Sponge Knob Square Nuts. Is that porn or nah?
Nah.
Porn.
It's porn, folks.
Yay!
It's porn.
Ring, 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 ring.
I hope everybody looks these up afterward. Because I, to be fair, I have not, and I can, and part of me doesn't want to because I think that what I'm imagining in my head has to be better than the real thing. Okay, so here's the second one. This one is Back End to the Future Part 2.
No, it's not real.
I'm saying not real too, but it's funny.
It is not real.
Ding, 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 ding.
But I have to say, in that because it's not real, that means all I see is opportunity.
For all you producers out there.
Yeah. Get on that. Here's another one. E3, the extra testicle.
That's porno.
That's so gross. I don't want I'm not juggling testicles. I'm gonna say no and hope that that's not real.
Well, I have bad news for you, Jason, because that is totally real.
So it's like what 3-0 Tia to Jason right now. I'm totally losing.
Well, yeah, you gotta decipher the title because you're like, ooh, extra tentacle. Yeah, they do that.
I want to know if they found an actor with an extra testicle or if they just fashioned something out of silly putty. I would love to know.
I don't want to know.
You don't want to know?
No.
All right, here's the next one. How to Train Your Drag Queen.
Not real. Because the smell of fucking duct tape ripping really doesn't come across on screen.
It seems like it would be softcore. I'm gonna go real.
It is not real.
Boo.
Not real. Opportunities, not real.
Can I break to let you know that, listen, only about 100 cases have been reported in scientific literature of an extra third testicle found in a man. It's often in the left sac of the scrotum and is not detected until around the age of 18. Now, there have been 100 scientifically recorded men with 3 testicles. The record, in case you're interested, listeners, is 5 testicles.
Wow. Huh.
That's gross. I mean, that's not gross. I'm sorry. That's horrible for me to say, but...
No, Tia, it is gross. It is gross if that's 2.5 times the cum load of an average guy.
You can't help how you were born. Remember last week? Born this way. I'm not even singing the song right. I've never listened to the song David.
Listen, if your fucking Grindr profile says I have 5 testicles, and I'm judging you for your bornness, and I'm not. Actually, I'd definitely have to try that out. I'm just being real.
I was gonna say, listen, we always have a show to write, so I'm gonna need you to just take one for the team.
Take 5.
And get back to
take 5 for the team, Eric.
Take 5 for the team.
Carry on with your porno quiz.
I have a couple more here. How about human sexipede?
That sounds real.
Porn.
Yeah.
That is porn, and I think we can all pretty much already. We know how that ends.
I watched that this morning. Shit.
Out Missionary Position Impossible 2.
Ugh, I wouldn't watch it. I mean, it might be real, but what do you think, T?
I don't know. I feel like I'm losing now. Real.
It is real.
Oh!
Missionary Position Impossible 2. I don't know about the first one. It was just the second one listed.
I hope there's just 2 and no 1.
I mean, if it's just 2, you might get lost if you haven't seen the first one. All right, here's 2 more.
Okay.
How about Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Balls?
Why was it not Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's
Bone?
Bone?
The Sorcerer's Bone. I know. That's why I'm calling fucking fake.
Fake.
Well, this one is real.
Balls!
They suck. starting a. We're getting a porn.
Deep.
We're doing a porn consulting firm, Tia. We're gonna double check your porn titles for maximum. Yeah.
Join us next week for the new podcast, Fucks Like Us. Okay, and the last one, Men in Black Men.
That's gotta be real.
Not real.
It is not real.
Oh my god, I lost like all of the ones.
It is
but
not.
I thought that was very clever.
Too
clever, especially after the last one.
Well, I think the definitive champion and the one who knows their porn the best is Tia. Congratulations.
I watched the porn, y'all.
I'm
glad I won.
You kicked my ass. You know what? Okay, here, homework for me before the next. I'm gonna watch porn I already do that every day. Okay. Well, that was great, Eric. I love that game. I have a couple of I have one would you rather apiece. Yeah. Who wants to go first?
Me.
Yeah. All right, Tia. Would you rather have taste buds on your butthole or poop through your mouth?
Taste buds on my butthole. Are you kidding me? Poop through my fucking mouth? Are you kidding me?
That sounds like a lovely song. That sounds like a song on like the adult contemporary charts. Like taste buds on my butthole.
That
it's
really
very.
Makes my stomach hurt. We might not be able to play this fucking game anymore.
Are you ready, Mr. Eric Rittenhouse?
All right, yeah, let's do it.
Eric, would you rather watch your parents have sex every day for the rest of your life, or jump in just once and stop it?
What?
Wait, what? Oh my god.
Yo,
God.
took me back. I was like, I don't think I'm under. Oh my god, I do understand.
I didn't put all those words together until I put them together, and then I wished I had never put them together.
Yo, B, that's
I mean,
horrible.
if I have to watch every day for the rest of my life, can I be doing something? Can I be like scrapbooking or like
Full focus,
my nail? Can I have to be paying attention?
Yep.
I don't think there's a winner here. I think you're screwed.
You're
screwed.
You're only screwed in the second scenario.
Yeah, so I guess I'd have to go with the first and just hope that I had a very eventful but short life.
Well, I don't know what I would pick in that one. That sucked. Okay,
yeah.
Well, no, because now I get to ask you one.
Okay.
Okay, would you rather drink a cup of your mom's period blood or a cup of your dad's sperm?
Oh.
Oh God, Eric, I would trade places with you a couple of minutes ago.
Are you saying a cup in the standard baking sense? Are we talking 8 fluid ounces?
Yes.
I mean, if I said 4 ounces, would that make it better?
Touche.
Half a cup.
I think only because I know what it tastes like already, I don't know my dad's cum, but I know what cum tastes like. I think I would have to go with a cup of cum.
Gross! This is why this is the worst game ever!
Well, thank you guys for listening.
They turned off.
They were like, these people are horrible. Thanks for listening, everybody.
If you have any questions or comments for our future shows, go to folkslikeUsShow.com. Our links are everywhere. Tweet us at folkslikeUsShow. Tia, your Twitter handle is
at Doomed Foxy, DOOMEDFOXY. That is also my Instagram. If you take off the ED in Doomed, at Doomed Foxy is my Snapchat. I don't post on it, so don't follow my Snapchat. It's just Insta and Twitter, actually.
Okay.
Sorry.
Eric, you are where on social media?
Yes, you can follow me on Instagram at Eric Ritten, Ritten. And you can follow me. No, that's all. That's all. Just Instagram. I haven't figured out Snapchat yet.
Okay, and for me, I am at Jason Dottley across all platforms. I don't do Snapchat, but I'm there, and we're going to try. Tia's going to teach me, so just look me up there. But most importantly, follow us, Folks Like Us Show on Twitter, like our Facebook page, spread this, share this, download the podcast. Thank you so much for listening. Tune in next week for more things that you wanted to know and a lot of things you didn't. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
See you next Thursday.